Welcome back to another video on Trillium Tarot. My name is Stephanie, and today, or for this video, I am going to go through the Gilded Tarot Royale. Now, this is a Kira Marchetti deck, and as you probably already know, I think I mentioned in the last deck that I did a show and tell video on. This artist is one of my favorite tarot artists. I love to collect his decks. The Gilded Tarot Royale is kind of a reworking of his Gilded Tarot. And Gilded Tarot was one of my earliest tarot decks. It's, the only way I know how to get it anymore is if you buy the Easy Tarot kit. It comes with a book with a lot of information about how to learn tarot. So it's a really good kit to purchase for people who are newer to tarot. Otherwise, the deck that's most easily available on the market these days is this reworked version, the Gilded Tarot Royale. So we start out, obviously you can see the Fool card on the screen in front of you. Then we look at the Magician. He looks more than capable, doesn't he? Then we have the High Priestess. Here's the Empress. By the way, these cards they're really thick cardstock and they're really shiny on both sides. They're really easy to shuffle. They like to move when you shuffle them. Sometimes you'll have some cards jump out at you. But I really like this deck. Here we have the Emperor. Actually, I like this deck so much. I also have a mini version of it. I just looked up on my shelf and saw the mini version. And actually, let me grab that just to show you the difference in the sizes. I should have been more prepared for this, but hey, I'm an amateur, right? Okay, so the camera so you can see. So this little version is, I think it's, 2 inches by 3 inches or so. This larger version is the traditional tarot size. So I really like having this little deck for carrying around in my bag. So as I'm wandering around, if I ever have the urge to whip out a reading, I can do that. All right, so let's move back to the traditional or the regular sized tarot deck. So we'll move from the Hierophant to the Lovers, followed by the Chariot. She has no reins. The Sphinxes are pulling the Chariot basically by the power of her mind. And we have the gold and the silver representing the sun and moon, or the masculine and feminine. The Strength card is the photo on the cover of the deck, whether it's the regular size deck or the mini deck. I like the Strength card. That chain is really loose around the neck of the lion. Uh-oh. Here we have the Hermit card, the stories he could tell. And then we look at the Wheel of Fortune. I really like, it took me a while to get used to some of the, I guess, fantastical creations or mechanical objects that he includes in his decks. I'll take a quick sip of water so I don't start coughing. Here we go. Now let's look at the Justice card. This Justice card is blindfolded, and she has the scales. Then we look at the Fool. He's just screwing around, having a good time, swinging from the chains. He looks like an acrobat. Here's the Death card. That could not be anything but the Death card. It has the white rose, it has the white horse, and of course the skull. Here we have Temperance. Again, the two vessels are opposites, but they are replenishing each other, showing the need for balance. Here's the Devil card. This is the one actually that I pulled out of my mini deck to show you the comparison of size. And the Tower, with somebody falling, much to their dismay. Here we have the Star. followed by the moon, has the dog, has the wolf, and it has that mud bug, and the columns, and the moon. So a lot of the symbolism on this deck is included from the traditional representations of the card, but they're completely reimagined and reinvented. Here we have the sun and the solar system, the Judgment card, and we wrap up the major arcana with the World card. Has the wreath. It happens to be a gold wreath in this representation rather than the green wreath, but it does have the images representing the signs of the zodiac, the 4 signs. So we'll move on from the major arcana and we'll look at the suit of swords. Here we have the Ace of Swords. Appropriate that there's a bird in the background since the swords correspond with the element of air. The Two of Swords. She doesn't have a blindfold on, but her eyes are covered by wings. The Three of Swords. And the Four of Swords. He's taking a nap. He's not dead. He's resting. Here we have the Five of Swords. Looks like it was a heck of a battle, doesn't it? Look at those people in the background just destroyed. Here we have the Six of Swords. She's on a journey across the water. The Seven of Swords. This guy's grabbing everything that he can, taking it away. And there's the fox there that, fox doesn't necessarily always represent deception, but, and sneaky isn't really a good word to apply to a fox because they just remain unseen and do what foxes do. Here we have the Eight of Swords, followed by the Nine of Swords. She woke up with a nightmare in the night. You have all the swords there. You have the image in her head. She's sitting there kind of hugging herself to kind of comfort herself and to self-soothe, I guess, for lack of a better term. Here we have the Ten of Swords, the Page of Swords. I'm pretty impressed with my camera for this video. It's working much better. The Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, surrounded by birdies, and she has her little cat as well. And we wrap up this suit with the King of Swords. So let's take a look at the suit of wands, which is the fire element. There's the Ace. Here's the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Wands. They've built their structure and they are celebrating. Here's the Five of Wands. Wouldn't want to get in the middle of that. Here we have the Six of Wands. Followed by the Seven of Wands. He's defending what's his. He's defending his ground. The Eight of Wands flying through the air. And I see that my focus is getting a little bit sketchy now that I praised my camera. There we go. All I had to do was mention it. Now we have the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands. The imagery in this card, since it looks like it's sunset and night is coming in and he's had a long, hard day's work and he's still working. He's got to be exhausted. The Page of Wands. I question the wisdom of those tights, but hey, that's just me. Here we have the Knight of Wands. Again, this is the fire element, so this has the volcano erupting in the background. The Queen of Wands with her doggy. And finally, the King of Wands. So let's move on to the Suit of Cups. Here we start out with the Ace of Cups with the eyeball and the moon phases. Cups are about emotions, so they correspond to the element of water. Here we have the Two of Cups. Do my camera. The Three of Cups, the celebration. If I remember correctly, too, these little elementals that are in these different cards, I believe that they also correspond to the suits. So the ones in red would be fire, blue would be air, green would be earth. I don't know where the yellow would come in. I may be misremembering the information in the book. Here we have the Four of Cups and the Five of Cups. Here's the Six of Cups, the children playing, and the butterflies, and the flowers, and the kitty cat, and the little mouses. The Seven of Cups. There we go. And here's the Eight of Cups. Here's the Nine of Cups. He's got everything that he needs. He has food, he has drink. Even the mouse in this photo or in this image is fat and sassy. Definitely abundance in that image. And here's the Ten of Cups. The happy family, happy home. Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups. The Queen of Cups. And finally, we have the King of Cups on his throne with the seahorses. So, the last suit here is the Suit of Pentacles. And in this deck, the artist does call it Pentacles. I know the last one I did a show and tell video on, he had changed it and updated it to be the Suit of Coins. But in this deck, it's Pentacles. There's the Ace of Pentacles, then the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, here's the Four. The look on the guy's face says, "Stay away from my stuff." The Five of Pentacles. They need some help. Here's the Six of Pentacles, and this is where the help comes in. The Seven of Pentacles, waiting for something to grow. Sometimes waiting patiently, sometimes waiting impatiently, but waiting nonetheless. Here's the Eight of Pentacles, keeping your nose to the grindstone and working at it. Here's the Nine of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles. 4 cards left. We have the Page of Pentacles. I love the peacock in the background on these. We have the Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles with another peacock. And finally, we have the King of Pentacles. Straighten it up so you see him instead of all the other cards. So I hope you enjoyed viewing this deck. Again, this one is available in the regular tarot card size as well as the miniature version. I will include affiliate links in the description of this video. Feel free to like this video, subscribe to the channel so you get notifications of new videos as they are uploaded. And please do feel free to share these videos and my website with friends and family and get the word out. Hopefully a lot of people will enjoy seeing these videos before they decide specifically which deck to purchase. I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me.